There's loads of misinformation when it comes to mobile speed camera evidence. Let's look at the laws surrounding speed cameras and the photos that they take. The reality is, whether you saw the camera flash or not, you won't know for certain if a mobile speed camera caught you until you or the registered keeper of the vehicle receives a Notice of Intended Prosecution letter, or NIP. The process for being issued a speeding ticket, or to give it its proper name, a fixed penalty notice, requires that you are first issued with a Notice of Intended Prosecution, or NIP. If you're pulled over by a police officer for speeding, then they can give you an NIP verbally. But if you're caught by a camera, then whoever's the registered vehicle owner will receive the NIP through the post. The police might or might not send photos from the speed camera within the NIP. They aren't obligated to send these photos, but you do have a right to request them if desired. If the police send you the speed camera photos, they may do so by providing physical copies within the NIP letter, though sometimes they'll send a code to access digital versions online instead. If you do have access to the photos and think they're poor quality and that they don't actually identify you as the driver, then you shouldn't just ignore it. There's a common misconception that the police need a really clear photo of your face whilst driving in order to prosecute. However, it's the registered vehicle owner's duty to tell the police who was driving at the time, so the police don't need to get a clear photo of you in the driving seat. In fact, they don't need an actual photo of the person driving at all. The vehicle owner needs to identify who was driving using the form that came with their NIP. The form must be completed and returned within 28 days, or it's considered a criminal offence, as is lying about who was actually driving. Many parents, for instance, have tried to take the fine and the points on behalf of their children to avoid the younger driver's insurance from shooting up. In a similar way, couples have often tried to take each other's points when one of them is getting near a driving ban. However, people have really come a cropper doing this. If the camera did snap a photo of your face, then the correct driver could be quite easily identified. The police aren't obligated to supply you with evidence that you were speeding unless the matter escalates to court. As mentioned, they will often supply images showing your vehicle and its speed within the NIP, and you can request this information, but the police don't have to supply it. Remember, any mobile speed camera photo evidence that you receive isn't provided to identify the person who's driving. Just because your face isn't seen doesn't give you grounds to successfully appeal. The photo is taken to identify the vehicle, and that's it. If you think the fine was wrongly given, you can challenge the speeding ticket in court. However, it can be difficult to win these cases because you only need to be proven to have exceeded the speed limit very briefly. You can win a speeding ticket challenge if you weren't the driver, if your car had been stolen, or if your vehicle was mistakenly identified as speeding. In these circumstances, you may find that a speed camera photo showing that you weren't the driver could be a very helpful thing indeed. But be warned, an unsuccessful speeding fine challenge is likely to result in an even bigger fine. If you think you're wanting to challenge a ticket, or you're worried that a fine is about to land you in trouble, then a popular option is to consult a solicitor who can help. There are many online solicitors that work out cheaper and easier than meeting in person. JustAnswer, for example, only costs £5 for a trial. One of my colleagues saved over £270 on a parking ticket by using their service. I've linked that offer down in the description, and if you use that, you'll also be supporting Money Nerd, so thank you.